With Zapedi coming to a close, the new Arvolution media player looks to be a promising solution. Today in this video, we'll get it unboxed, set up, and I'll share with you some initial impressions of the unit. Now before we dive into the video, I want to give a big thanks to our platinum sponsor, Arundel Sound. When it comes to movies, there's nothing like having a subwoofer that is capable of pressurizing your room and adding massive tactile response that you can feel. Whether you're looking for a compact sealed subwoofer like the 1961 Subwoofer 1S, its bigger ported brother the 1723 1S, or their flagship monster, the 1723 2V, Arundel Sound has got you covered. And with the risk-free 60-day audition period, free shipping, 1-year upgrade program, and a 10-year warranty, you've got absolutely nothing to lose. Check out Arundel Sound to take your home theater to the next level. All right, guys, I am excited to get this unboxed. I had a chance to see this in person at the CEDIA Tech Summit. One of the things that just really impressed me was the new UI. And so it appears to be a lot faster than the previous Zapedi. So the unit does come double boxed, which is good. Let's go ahead and see what's inside. I like the packaging here. Should be all of our accessories. Oh my goodness, all kinds of cables. Got your standard 3-prong IEC, and then a bunch of different cables for different countries, different voltage. Let's see what else we got in here. HDMI cable, 2 antennas, remote control, and an IR extender. All right, so we'll lay all of that off to the side. Here we have a user guide, so you can download that via the website. And of course, we've got the main unit. Looking at the front of the unit, it's very sleek and minimalistic in design. Top left, we have the PlayerOne logo, a power button, as well as a USB input. We've got a large display that we'll look at later on once we get the unit hooked up. And over on the right, we have the Arvolution logo. And then behind this little door, we have access to a hard drive bay. So you'll have to provide your own hard drive, or you can connect an external hard drive, which is what I'm going to do in my setup. Of course, we'll go ahead and remove the film right here. We'll take a look at that in just a little bit. Let's go ahead and switch it around to the back and take a look at that. Up at the top, we have our 3 antennas that we'll be installing here in just a moment. On the far left, we have our analog outputs, an optical out, 2 HDMI outs, 1 being audio only, 1 HDMI input, the IR extender, a connection for Ethernet, and 3 USB inputs. We've got a 2.0, a USB Type-C, and a USB 3.1. We'll be connecting my external hard drive to the USB 3.1. And lastly, we have a ground, on and off switch, and the connection for power. So we'll go ahead and attach the antennas by screwing those on just like that. Do the small one in the middle and the other large one on the right. And you can lean these up just by twisting and then lifting them up just like that. So one thing I really like that they've added is they have the labels printed upright, but also upside down. And this helps if you're leaning over the top of it, trying to make your connections. So I'll go ahead and get this added into my cabinet, connect my hard drive, and we'll get this fired up and take a look. All right, so here we are booting up for the very first time. We'll go ahead and choose English. And for now, we'll just go through the automatic setup. Looks like we have a firmware update, so we'll go ahead and reboot. And after the firmware update, we're brought back to the main menu. Now, if you previously had a Zapedi, this menu will look very familiar because pretty much everything is the same. So we're going to come over here to video and go ahead and launch that. So here we're presented with the new RVideo interface or app. And what I'm really curious is to see how fast it is. We'll go ahead and select our language. And we're absolutely sure we want to do that language. There's an update to the Arvolution player, so we'll go ahead and update that as well. So we're going from version 1.01 to version 1.05. We'll go ahead and hit enter. And we're back at the main menu. Let's go ahead and go into the R video player. We'll go ahead and register. I'm going to create a new account. And we'll fast forward through this. You'll want to fill this out on your own. Once you have everything filled out, we'll click register. On this page, you'll link your token with the R video account. You can find the token on a label on the very bottom of the unit. Since I didn't have it installed in a rack, I could easily lift up the unit, take a photo of it, and now I've got access to that number. So I'll go ahead and key it in now. Once you have the number keyed in, just go over to the check mark and click OK. From here, we'll go ahead and click OK again. On this screen, we're going to make the connection to our collection. Now, if you want to change the name of this from My Collection to something else, you could always come in here, go up to Edit, and then rename your collection. I'm going to leave that as My Collection. We'll back out and come down here and click Connection. From here, we're going to tell it where our media is. In my case, I've connected an external hard drive, so we're going to click plus. We're going to select what type of content. In my case, it's movies. And where is it located? So in my case, it's located on a local drive because it's plugged into one of the USB ports. Here's the name of that drive, called Demo Drive. And I'm going to come down to Movies, click OK. Now from here, you can select individual folders to add to this. In my case, I'm going to come up here and just say add the entire Movies folder because I've already placed all of these in a folder called Movies. We'll click OK. Once that folder is added, you can go back and add as many folders as you want, but I'm going to go ahead and click back and it'll begin to catalog all of those movies. So this will go ahead and gather all the data, all the media, the cover art, all the metadata for each movie. And so this is going to take a while, so I'll go ahead and pause the video and I'll come back once it's finished. Now it took just under 50 minutes for the unit to catalog all of my media from my hard drive. Now if you've got a lot more files than I do or less, then it's going to determine how much longer or shorter it's going to take for it to catalog yours. So here we are in the new Rvolution R Video app. It's got a completely redesigned look and style, but very familiar as far as the layout to what we saw with the Zapiti. On the home screen, you'll have options for recent movies that you've watched. In this case, we really haven't watched any because it's a brand new install, but you can get an idea of what that would look like. Let's say if we wanted to watch Adele, we can either click on this to see more information about it. You can see all the metadata is pulled in, and if I click OK, it'll start the video. Now that took quite a bit to pull up, but I wanted to show you in real time how long that takes. So I'm going to back out. And one thing you'll notice too, you can see right here with Avatar, this is a collection. You can see the little icon at the top left of that cover art that shows you there's multiple files within this. So if I click on it, you can see we've got 2 clips here. Now if you want to bypass the screen with all of the metadata, you can hover over the main cover art and then just simply hit play. And that'll go ahead and load the video and bypass that secondary screen. Let's go ahead and take a look over on the left column. So we've got our home, we've got all, which will be a list of all of our movies. If I click that. Now this will probably take a little bit to load the very first time, but one of the benefits of the Rvolution is all of the cover art is supposed to download to the player instead of being read on the server. So this should be a lot faster than, again, the previous Zapiti. So I'm going to go all the way to the bottom. And we'll let all of these load. And let's just see how quickly we can scroll up and down. I know before it was really slow. So I'm going to push up. And this is in real time. Wow. So that is really, really fast. So you can see that is nothing like the experience that we had previously on the Zapiti reference. So that is a great, great added benefit. Another way that you can navigate this screen is on the remote. You have buttons from 1 to 9. If I hit 9, it's going to go far down on the list, basically 90% down. If I want to go right in the middle, I could hit 5. And so that, as you can see on the far right, we're in the I section. If I wanted to go to 25%, I could hit 2, and it's going to go up to the C's. So that's another quick way that you can navigate through this menu. So we'll go back over to the left, come down. Movies, of course, is going to be all of your movies. If you have any TV shows, they'll be listed under here. I don't have any TV shows, so we don't have anything there. We can come down to recent. If we go down to categories, we'll see that there are already some tags that have been created for us. So let's say you're looking to watch a comedy. So this will pull all of your media that is tagged with comedy. Now, of course, you can create your own categories and tag your own videos. So maybe you have your favorites, or maybe you have something that you just want to call your own category. You can create those. So to create a category, you could hit the 3 lines on the remote, hit to the right until you get to create a category, and then you can come down here to create new category. So let's say I wanted to create a category called Youthman Demos. Let's go ahead and do that now. So I'll click OK. So we'll just type out demos, come over here to the check, and now we have a category. And now we need to choose an icon for that category. So we'll just scroll down. Maybe we'll do something like, how about this one? Nah, not that one. How about this one right here? This will work. And we'll select that one. So now we've got our category created. So if I back out, and let's say I wanted to add, let's say this disc right here, we'd come over here, hit the 3 lines on the remote, come down to edit related category, come down here to the very bottom and select the new demos category. And so now this is tagged as 4K and also demos. So it's a great way on how you can organize or tag your videos and your clips. So we'll go ahead and back out of there. We'll go ahead and save that. Save. And up top it says that our changes have been saved. Let's come all the way over to the left. Go down to, not sure what this is. Let's see. If I click next, I'll have to find out what that is. I'm not sure what that icon is for. Our top movies. Any sagas that you have. So these would be collections. Movies that you've seen. Since we haven't watched any, there's nothing there. Movies that you have not seen. Current movies. Personal videos. So let's see if I click on that. Yeah, so that's empty as well. And we're all the way at the bottom of the list. One thing I would love to see is if you move down to movies and if I click it, I understand what their logic is. It automatically highlights the first movie or the first clip. But what if I didn't want to be over there? What if I wanted to continually move through each one of these? You'll notice every time I click, I have to click left and then down, click OK, click left, down. So I can't easily go up and down and click on each one of those items on the left. So to me, it just makes a little more sense to leave it on the left navigation until you're ready to physically move it to the right to select a movie. Now, so far I'm loving what I'm seeing with the new RVideo app. It's definitely much faster having all of the cover art stored on the hard drive itself. Now, this was just an unboxing and a quick look and overview of the new RVolution PlayerOne. I'll be making future videos with some helpful tips and tricks along the way, so make sure you're subscribed. And if you're interested in purchasing one, I'll leave a link down in the description below, as Ryan has already ordered several of these to have in stock and ready to ship. Well guys, hope you have an incredible week. God bless. We'll catch you in the next video.